I'm going to show you guys the best legendary farm in the entire game, okay? So this is probably the fastest, but it's for sure the easiest and most consistent to do. So first off, you're going to turn your world tier as high as you can. The higher it is, the better stuff you're going to get, and more legendaries and stuff that you'll get, obviously. But the thing is we can abuse events. And there's some things you need to know. These events are not always the same. So I was here a few hours ago, and this event was one that was kill all enemies. Now this one is laying spirits to rest or something, and they'll change. So what you got to do is you got to find an event you want, and then there's a way we can abuse it to just farm it endlessly for insane legendaries. So what you'll do is you'll just go to a town and you'll memorize all the events. So there's one right here south of Kiovistan or whatever. There's one over here. There's one just north of it, for example, right there. There's probably one over there somewhere. I can't really remember. And you'll just like slowly memorize some of these. And then you'll go to these. Ideally, you'll want to go to other places that are not by Kiovistan, because the less people there are, the more likely it is that you'll be able to abuse this more easily. But the main thing is you're just going to do the event, and then we're going to reset it with a trick that I'll show you. So in this one, we go in. It's lay the spirits to rest. So I'll do my best to ignore all these enemies, just freeze them and do whatever in order to get through here, and then just lay all the spirits to rest. That's literally the goal here, and not even... On this one in particular, it's not even fight them. Other ones, it's, you know... follow an NPC and kill things or whatever. There's you know, different ones, but the main goal is you want to beat it as fast as possible, and you want to beat it with mastery, because then you're more likely to get a legendary. But also you're going to get the orbs from doing this, and the orbs are really big, because the orbs are something we can use to get even more legendaries. So once I lay all the spirits to rest in this particular one, it spawns the boss, and then I can sit here and just kill the boss as fast as I possibly can. Like that. And then get stunned. Okay. Open up the chest. Inside of it, you get 54 of the orbs, and you'll also get 2 drops that are rares or legendaries. And I can tell you from personal experience, the drop rate for legendaries from one of these chests is very, very, very high. I would say on average, I get an actual legendary every other run of these, something like that. And you can find them just randomly while doing it, but the main thing is from the chest. But those murmuring orbs are a way you can get more legendaries on top of this. So what we'll do now to reset this, that I talked about a minute ago, you just run to the edge of the event. I know I get best results running to where the edge of the event was, but not running out of the event. So like right here, still inside the circle, but it was outside of the actual event trigger. And then you leave your game and come back in. Now, some people said you can teleport to town and teleport back. I tried that like 30 times, and it literally never works. So I don't know what those people are doing. Maybe someone can clarify in the comments how to make that work. But I literally could not get that method to work. The only method that worked for me was leave game and come back in for this. Now, there might be a way to abuse it with party mechanics of leaving party and coming back in. But I don't play in a party, so I don't really know exactly. But you come back in, and if you're lucky, then it will be back. And most of the time, it will be back. But here's the thing about it being back, okay, is... the more people there are farming one, the less likely it is to come back, I think. Here's my theory on what's going on. When we leave game and come back in, what I think it's doing is, because how many people are playing right now, it's putting us onto a different layer of the server. And if the event is up on that layer, then you can do the event. Because anyone can join the event on that layer. Like, I can go here, someone else is beating it right now as I speak. And I can just sit here, and then when he's done, I can grab the item. But then it's gone. So that's why whenever you see like a YouTube video and someone's like, oh, this is the best one, go to this exact one. Now, you don't need to do that. They change every hour or two anyway. They're all about the same thing. You just got to find one that during this hour or two that you're playing is what you want to farm. It's an easy one to farm. So like I said, you just go to a fast travel and run around. For example, the Menestad, there's a random event right here that you can farm just north of it. You could go check that one and see what it is. You could go down to one of these places and find an event that's right near the waypoint, and then go see what that event is. Find one that's working right now that's good for the hour or two that you're on, and then farm it for legendaries, and then you'll be able to actually get the fastest amount then that way. So that's the way that you're going to do it. But now we also are going to get these murmuring orbs, which I got to farm this guy real fast. I can't read this. This is what I'm talking about. This guy was literally farming this for me, and I just walk in and help kill the boss. I mean, he gets the thing too. It's not like I'm stealing it, but it's just freebie. So there we go. Loot it. Got more orbs. Got a Sacred Conjuration Wand. Unfortunately, no legendary on this run, but still, same thing. Okay, so now what we do, those murmuring orbs. Go to Kiovistan. I'm sure Kiovistan is not the only place probably you can turn these in, but there's the turn-in for the murmuring orbs. Now, if you don't know how murmuring orbs work, these things you can turn in for random gear. And you can only carry 500 at a time, so be sure to come back occasionally. Don't let yourself overcap, or else you'll be throwing them away. So you go through here, and there's a place to the southeast of town where you can turn these in. The Purveyor of Curiosities. And now the way that this works is you just buy these for 40, or for the a 200 weapon is 75. Different for different pieces, but say the boots. I buy these. I got a blue. I got a gray. Blue. Gray. Legendary. Blue. Legendary. Blue. And it's usually about 1 out of 4 or so will give a legendary. And these aren't always the best legendaries, but it's another way to get legendaries and break them down to get the, like, salvage them at the blacksmith to get those materials so that you can craft codexes of power onto other legendaries, which is just really nice while leveling, actually. But yeah, so you can do that to check out more legendaries, get more legendaries from this. And this legendary farm is just broken, guys. It's so good. Like, I would say I could probably get... It's hard to estimate, but if I find a good event where I can complete the event in less than a minute, then I probably get a legendary every 2 minutes on average, if you include the Murmuring Orb, like, you know, not transfer, but the Murmuring Orb turn-ins. And like I said, go to the blacksmith, whichever ones you don't want from these, and you can just salvage them to get the materials from them. And that's the main thing that I'm after with that, is just getting those materials back. And then also, obviously, you can go over to the occultist and pull out the enchantment from the aspect from it and go put it in something else. But another thing also, if you don't want to do it this way, other good legendary farms, just a quick TLDR, is you can go, until they nerf it at least, you can go over to this cave right here, the Champion's Demise. That one's really good for farming legendaries. You can also go to the PvP zone and run around and kill the elite enemies there. They have an increased drop chance of legendaries, especially on higher world tiers. And you can just find a dungeon that you like and farm normally if you don't want to use this exploit in particular. But I do recommend using this exploit. Not only do I get legendaries, I also get the, you know, if you're on the higher difficulties, you'll get the unique items and stuff like that as well. Like these pants, I think, where I found from doing these. Not all uniques are great, though. So I found more than that. It's just I've salvaged the others because I didn't actually need the whatever it was that it had for me. It wasn't good for my build. But yeah, just memorize the events, guys. Just go to different ones. Find different places. Find the ones you like. Like I said, just get you started. There's ones by Kiova Shad. There's this one right there. There's one right here, just southwest of Kiova Shad. There's one to the northwest of Kiova Shad. There's probably one over here to the east of Kiova Shad. And then this one up here by Menestad, there's one to the northeast right there that you can try and see what's over there. And that's just to get you started. I mean, there's tons of events, guys. Just find them by a waypoint, check them out, see if they're good right now. Because like I said, they cycle through. This Cathedral one was kill all enemies like 2 hours ago when I was doing it. And now it's, you know, like put the buried to rest or something like that. And one last time, like I said, if you see a YouTuber post and say do an exact one, you probably don't want to do that exact one. Because when you go to it, it'll be literally a different method for completing it. And because a YouTuber got like 1 million views on a video telling people to go there, there'll be so many people going there that even when you swap layers with leaving game, you'll come into a layer where it's already been completed and there's like 7 people just standing on it AFK, like not understanding what's happening. That literally happened with the one right here at one point. Somebody posted about it, and then I went there and there's like 7 people there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that works how I thought that worked. So keep that in mind when doing this. But either way, guys, hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully now you have a better idea of how to farm legendaries fast as lightning in Diablo 4.